Let's bring in the legal practitioner, Bolanle Olugbani, to speak more on this release and what just the implication of what it means. Good to have you join us. All right. I understand we lost connection with Mr. Bolanle Olugbani, but let's move on now to other stories. The Niger Delta Development Commission has launched a youth internship scheme aimed at empowering 10,000 young people in the region with skill and development. The scheme seeks to address pressing issues of lack of education among youth in the Niger Delta region.
The Niger Deltas did not only just agree on that day, the Niger Delta have demonstrated, as you can see, there is no issue of any violence in the Niger Delta. We have demonstrated it in our action that we are not part of that protest. However, what the Niger Delta people have demonstrated is that we might be diverse in tongue by way of our language and dialect, but we are united in our ideology.
Let's bring in the Managing Director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Mr. Samuel Ogbuku. Good to have you join us.
Yeah, good evening.
So we've seen years, or rather we've seen controversy around the Niger Delta Development Commission, and we've seen several probe into that commission as well. But now that you've taken, you are the helm of affairs of that commission, how are you keen, or how is the commission keen into the renewed hope agenda?
Well, since we assumed office, you can see that all our programs are keyed towards the direction of changing the narrative in the Niger Delta. The renewed hope agenda believes in stakeholders engagement. We've had several stakeholders engagements just to orientate the people about the programs and activities of Mr. President. We moved from a transaction to transformation. In commemoration of Mr. President's 1-year anniversary, we launched so many projects that are legacy projects, such as the Okitipupa transmission station that gives light to 5 local governments that have been in darkness for 15 years. The Ibuno Bridge project, which links Ibuno and Eastern Obolo in Akwa Ibom State. Then the Ogbuku Road and Bridge, which is about 27.5 kilometers with 7 bridges and 50 culverts. So these are things NDDC have done within this period. We have also carried out the Operation Light of the Niger Delta, which have provided solar lights to many communities in the Niger Delta, which has reduced insecurity and also promoted commerce in these communities. So I can tell you that the NDDC narrative has changed.
All right, so just recently we saw the National Assembly approve a budget of 1.9 trillion naira for the NDDC. What's the plan by the Commission to judiciously use this fund, especially now the Nigerians are protesting hunger?
Well, the 1.9 trillion naira budget of the NDDC approved by the National Assembly, I think 1 trillion out of it is supposed to be borrowed to fund critical projects that have been abandoned for a long time. Because Mr. President is committed towards the completion of those projects, and he says he wants to commission legacy projects in the Niger Delta in the next 2 years. So that fund is going to be tied to those projects. So some of those projects are like the Okrika-Burukiri Road and Bridge. We have the Ataba Bridge project. We have so many legacy projects that have been abandoned all around the Niger Delta, which that fund is supposed to be completed. And I believe once we do that, the people of the Niger Delta will be happy with Mr. President.
Thank you so much for your time. The Managing Director of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Mr. Samuel Ogbuku.
Thank you.